Universe always has your back. It is always working in your favor, trying to support you, uplift you, handhold you, and it does that in ways that you wouldn't expect. But in today's world, our mind is always so preoccupied and we're so distracted and we're living in such a noisy world that often we forget and we miss to hear and see the signals that it sends. So the universe really works in your favor provided you trust and surrender to the process. Why I'm talking about this is because today was one such day for me wherein, I had sort of a rough start to the day. It was a bit rushed and I wasn't feeling up for it. And, I just sat down quietly and I was contemplating different things and I was just, speaking my mind with the universe, surrendering everything to it. And post that, I pick up my phone and it kind of prompted me for deleting and making space for deleting some videos, and prompted me for a storage alert. So I started to go through some of my old videos just to think of which videos to delete, and out of nowhere, out of absolute nowhere, this video popped up, and I just happened to click it, and it completely transformed and re-energized me, and it just completely transformed the entire energy and made me feel so energetic, made me feel so excited and optimistic once again towards the day. And and at that moment I absolutely decided that I'm going to share this with you, because the way it worked for me, whoever listens to this video, I just want this to do that magic, the same magic for you as well. And if you're feeling down and low and you need that fresh energy, I would these words would really help you. At the same time, if you have children, I would strongly urge that you make them listen to this, make them listen to the original version if you want. It's a piece of writing written by the Optimist Creed from Optimist International. And it was just a very old video that was probably forwarded to me, one of those WhatsApps, which you probably sometimes don't even open. But that also reminded me, as a digital wellness coach, I speak so much about the content that we consume. And it reminded me, that how important it is for us to consume nutritious content only, because, in moments like you don't even know which video or photograph pops up into your feed that completely changes your energy. And that's why it's so important to only consume nutritious content. The quality of content really matters in today's digital world. This piece of writing was also a wonderful reminder for me that when you build your inner power, your happiness and optimism is not dependent on external circumstances. So typically what I do is that whenever I find a piece of writing which is so magical, which is something that I want to remember, I kind of write it down, because if you leave it in your phone, and even the books that I read, I normally make notes, so it's easier to recall and go back and just look at those key moments that stayed with you. So I've written down this piece of writing and I'm going to read it out for you. So the title of this piece of writing is Promise Yourself. And now I'm going to read out these magical lines, and I hope it does the same magic for you, just the way it did for me. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Promise yourself to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. Promise yourself to make all your friends feel like there is something unique in them. Promise yourself to look at sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. Promise yourself to think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. Promise yourself to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are of your own. Promise yourself to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements of the future. Promise yourself to wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living person you meet a smile. Promise yourself to give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. Promise yourself to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. Promise yourself.